No matter how many times it's been said or written, it's never any less true, there really is nothing like a Porsche 911. From the barest of barebones Carrera model to the most bats-hit GT3 RS, Porsche's iconic sports car is relentlessly refined. So it makes perfect sense that Porsche would cherry-pick the best bits from across the 911 lineup and thoughtfully mash them together into a single product. That's essentially how the 911 GT3 S/C came to life, what Porsche describes as the purest expression of the GT3 yet. It borrows liberally from the GT3 RS, GT3 Touring, S/T, and more, pairing the GT3's naturally aspirated flat six with a brilliantly sorted chassis and, thankfully, a 6-speed manual as the only transmission choice. The biggest change is obvious: there's no roof. But carving through the Swabian Alps on an unusually warm spring afternoon, the open-top experience is welcomed. The letters S/C stand for Sport Cabriolet, another term to add to your ever-growing Porsche dictionary. More simply, it's the first GT3 with a power-operated convertible roof, which raises and lowers with the press of a button in 12 seconds at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour. The limited production 911 Speedster was technically the first open-top GT3, but its fabric roof had to be raised and lowered by hand. For Porsche, adding a power-operated roof without compromising the GT3's character was a serious engineering challenge. With weight being the enemy, Porsche went all in on magnesium, using the lightweight material in the roof structure, the roof mechanism, the staggered wheels, and several other components throughout the car. The lightweighting doesn't stop there. The hood, fenders, and doors are made from carbon fiber reinforced plastic, while the brakes and wheels borrow heavily from the S/T. Porsche's ceramic composite brakes shave roughly 44 pounds compared to the standard cast iron setup, and the lightweight wheels save another 19 pounds. Even the optional carbon fiber bucket seats, and yes, the carpets were designed with weight reduction in mind. That results in an impressive curb weight of just 3,322 pounds in the US, only about 66 pounds more than the old Speedster and roughly 100 pounds heavier than the coupe. Considering the addition of a fully powered roof, that's an impressive feat. More importantly, you feel it from the moment the road starts to twist. At its core, the S/C is still very much a GT3. That means a naturally aspirated 4.0-liter flat six sits behind the rear axle, albeit with a few meaningful updates. Revised cylinder heads and camshafts borrowed from the GT3 RS improved top-end speed, while optimized throttle bodies and oil coolers help the engine flow more efficiently. The result is the same 502 horsepower and 331 pound-feet of torque as the coupe, routed exclusively through a 6-speed manual transmission. Porsche quotes a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 3.7 seconds, a hair behind the hardtop, and a top speed of 194 miles per hour. In a world of absurdly quick, ultra-torquey modern sports cars, the S/C isn't that. Torque builds progressively, while the engine delivers its power with gorgeous linearity all the way to a screaming 9,000 revolutions per minute redline. It's hardly slow, but outright acceleration isn't the point. Ringing every last rev from the flat six and rowing through each gear is what makes the S/C so damn good. At its core, the S/C is still very much a GT3. The gearbox itself shares a short axle ratio with the 911 S/T. Second, third, and fourth arrive in rapid succession as the speedo climbs, each short, mechanical throw begging for another upshift. The ultra-lightweight flywheel also means the S/C performs best when driven hard, which is how you'll want to drive it most of the time. Don't let its soft top fool you, the S/C attacks corners with the same relentless precision of the rest of the GT3 family. It tucks neatly into apexes and weaves effortlessly through S's, with the razor-sharp steering telling you exactly what the tires are up to at all times. That said, Porsche did soften the edges slightly to better suit the S/C's Grand Touring mission. While it retains the GT3's double wishbone front suspension, it borrows carbon fiber anti-roll bars and a carbon fiber shear panel from the Touring model, along with shorter bump stops that increase suspension travel by 27 mm up front and 24 mm in the rear. The difference is subtle. The GT3S/C still crashes hard onto cobblestone and shudders over broken pavement. There's only so much GT3-ness you can remove. But on fast, flowing roads, the extra bit of compliance takes some of the edge off. More than anything, though, the GT3S/C is about the soundtrack. Ripping through some of the prettiest winding roads southwest Germany has to offer, top down, the symphony of sound coming from behind the seats is something spectacular. The engine is throaty and loud, with a mechanical tenor that reminds you that, yes, there's essentially a race car engine behind your head. Rip it hard, and it roars to life. Amble through any of the speed-monitored German villages more slowly, and it sounds like a possessed lawn mower trying to escape the engine bay. That's not a critique either, it's a delightfully ridiculous noise.